Japan, a country with a rich culture, technological advancements, and renowned work ethic, is facing a major crisis that is threatening its future. Japan's population is rapidly declining, and experts predict that by 2030, the number of women of childbearing age will fall to a point where population decline cannot be reversed. As the world's most rapidly declining population, Japan is at a turning point, and it's time to act now. This is PrimeTime TV, and today we're discussing Japan's population crisis. What are its plans to counter the declining birth rate? What factors are causing this decline? And how is the government responding to this crisis? Factors causing population decline. The fertility rate in Japan, which indicates the number of children a woman will have during her lifetime, fell for the sixth consecutive year to 1.30 in 2021, making it one of the lowest in the world. Moreover, Japan's labor force is shrinking rapidly due to its aging population, prompting politicians to call for an increase in the retirement age to 68 and seniors to rejoin the labor force part-time. Japan's life expectancy is among the highest in the world, with 1 in every 1,500 people in Japan over 100 years old. However, a lack of equal child-rearing responsibility from male partners is a major barrier to starting a family or having more children. Women tend to leave the workforce after having their first child and are then essentially locked out of high-skilled jobs due to Japan's rigid corporate culture, which prefers to hire fresh graduates. This leads to gendered parenting roles in which women are burdened with solo child care and household responsibilities. Growing pessimism among young people about the future, in combination with Japan's stagnant economy, is also accelerating the population crisis. Government countermeasures. In a New Year public speech, Prime Minister Kishida Fumio stressed that the birth rate had fallen to the brink of not being able to maintain a functioning society. The government plans to unveil radical countermeasures to try to boost the birth rate, including more financial assistance to help with child rearing, preschool education, nursing care services, and workplace reforms. The government is set to raise the lump sum baby bonus to 500,000 yen, around $3,800, starting in April to cover childbirth expenses, which cost 470,000 yen on average, but over 500,000 yen in Tokyo. A financial support package valued at 100,000 yen is also being devised to help cover the cost of postnatal necessities, such as strollers, diapers, and infant formula. Japan has been criticized for having an economy that is labor-focused rather than people-focused, with a social norm of working long hours. The government is planning to reform the social security system and review ineffective subsidies, while integrating growth strategies with a focus on smart spending. Kishida also proposed that younger generations be given allowances for children under 18 and general wage increases to improve their outlook on the future. However, raising much-needed public revenue requires future consumption tax hikes that will be borne by younger generations. Defense spending versus family policies. While Kishida's plan to combat population decline focuses on government spending, he has also unveiled a plan to raise Japan's annual defense spending from 1% to 2% of GDP by 2027. This increase in government spending may compete with his vision for expanding cash offerings to new families, sparking public debate. Over the years, Japan has had a patchwork of family policies that have failed to lift the birth rate. Kishida's general plan is an expansion of existing policies, but the key difference this time appears to be stronger political intent and a new priority status. Kishida may also be banking on the new policies to help battle a sinking approval rating. Some experts have criticized Kishida, saying he is raising concerns over the survival of the nation in order to deflect attention away from domestic political problems. Concrete policies addressing Japan's declining population are expected to be laid out in June. Gendered parenting roles in Japan. One of the major challenges Japan faces is a lack of equal child-rearing responsibility from male partners. As a result, women tend to leave the workforce after having their first child and are then essentially locked out of high-skilled jobs due to Japan's rigid corporate culture, which prefers to hire fresh graduates. This leads to gendered parenting roles, in which women are burdened with solo child care and household responsibilities. This phenomenon is commonly known as moat con, or winner-takes-all marriages. While the government has taken steps to encourage men to take on more child-rearing responsibilities, cultural change is slow to occur. In fact, men who take paternity leave often face discrimination and a negative impact on their careers. According to a survey conducted by the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare in 2021, only 7% of eligible male workers took paternity leave. Japan's society and culture may also need to undergo significant changes to support families and encourage equal child-rearing responsibilities between partners. The country's rigid corporate culture and long working hours have been criticized for discouraging family life, while gendered parenting roles may prevent women from returning to work after having children. As Japan faces this population crisis, it may serve as an example for other countries with declining birth rates and aging populations. By prioritizing families and creating a more supportive environment for child rearing, Japan may be able to address its population crisis and ensure a more stable future for its citizens. To learn more about Japan's population crisis and its plans to address it, be sure to follow our channel, PrimeTime TV, for updates and insights on this important issue. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.